Hi, Sharon here. I'm in Phoenix for the Advancing Construction Quality Conference, and I couldn't get a hotel, so I just wound up getting a Vrbo. And if you've seen my videos about walking around hotel rooms and showing the bad fire stop, I, of course, had to do the same thing here. It's a fabulous unit. It's relatively new, so it would have met the requirements to have third-party special inspection of fire stop. So as I walk around the unit, the parking area, I'm going to share a few things with you that means either they did not have third-party special inspection of fire stop, or the individual that did it might not have done their job right. Let's have a look and see what happens.
Here we are in the bathroom, and here is an access hatch to a drop ceiling. When we open it up, we look and then we see more drywall. So this makes me think that we have a G500 series floor ceiling assembly. I'll get into that more in just a minute so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. What I wanted to show you here is when we go up, if this is actually what I'm assuming, and this is a floor ceiling assembly, then this is a membrane penetration. This is the duct for the bathroom fan. And if we look up, there should be fire stop right there, and there isn't.
I want to take a minute and explain a bit more about what I meant earlier when I said that this was probably a G500 floor ceiling assembly. In this particular case, what you see on the screen is a G572 assembly. This is a Hambro assembly, and that's just one of the many different products that you might see in one of these assemblies. The entire fire resistance rating is made up of a fluted metal deck poured with concrete, steel trusses that are protected on the underside, not with fireproofing, but with a layer of Type C drywall. This entire thing is what gives you your fire resistance rating. Unfortunately, what happens sometimes is special inspectors stand on the floor and make the assumption that this is a concrete floor and that is what gives us the fire resistance rating. If that were accurate, then we would be fire stopping this very differently. However, since it is very different, you need to understand that any of the penetrations through the floor are fire stopped. Any of the penetrations going through that fire resistance rated lid that is not rated by itself, but rather part of the entirety of the rating, that needs to be fire stopped as well. That means that the bathroom fan that's coming through the ceiling of our floor ceiling assembly should be fire stopped. Well, that is if they hadn't made this other mistake. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about. In order to show you what I mean, we've got to go back up into the ceiling. This should be a hard duct, but when I push it, it's not very hard. It looks to me that it could be one of those slinkies wrapped in plastic and then wrapped in insulation. That means there are no fire stop details that can be used for this application. Now, of course, I could be completely wrong and this could be a completely different assembly. I'm just trying to help you see things through the eyes of somebody who's been in the fire stop industry for over 20 years and is desperately trying to help those of you who want to build better see what that looks like. If you want to learn more, please reach out. I'd be thrilled to support you and your team.